Now I have Sergio on the line from Pembroke Pines on line 2. Sergio, go ahead with your question.
It's regarding I should put my house on the market for short sale.
Okay, whether you should put it on the market for a short sale. Now, my opinion is a little biased being a real estate agent, but one of the things I've always pride myself on is I give people the options and you make the decision. Are you behind on your payments right now?
No, sir.
You are not behind on your payments, okay? So let me ask you, since you're not behind on your payments, why are you contemplating a short sale?
Because my income has dropped over the 15%, and I try not to ruin my credit, and I'm upside down by $200,000.
Okay. All right, Sergio. So look, can you take straight talk? I mean, you're big enough to handle me telling it like it is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. One of the biggest misconceptions is, hey, I'm upside down on my house. That qualifies me for a short sale? No, it doesn't. For most of us right now, it's a state of being. In fact, I can tell just by looking at someone's driver's license if they're underwater under a mortgage. If you look on your driver's license and the state says Florida, there's a good chance you're underwater on your mortgage. So not trying to make light of a difficult situation, but all across our state right now, most people are underwater. Now, does that in itself qualify you to do a short sale? No. It's a start. What the lenders look for is hardship. They look for what went wrong. So let me describe a hardship as what significant change, okay? What change happened since you took out this mortgage until today that prevents you from paying it back? And you know what? You told me that. Your income has dropped. That's correct. You did say your income dropped. Okay, so let me ask you, based on your income dropping, can you afford your mortgage?
Barely. We sometimes stop paying the credit cards.
Okay.
So it gotta be one or the other.
So are you robbing Peter to pay Paul?
Correct.
Okay. How healthy is that for you long term?
It's affecting us tremendously mentally because we're getting depressed and we feel like we're a failure. So it's like, what do I do?
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm not a psychologist, but you are not a failure. What you're going through right now is one of the most common emotions that anyone that's going through your situation right now experiences. Look, Sergio, I've been through it myself. I know what it's like to lose a home. I know what it's like to go into bankruptcy. I know what it's like to look in the mirror and say, you're not much of a man, you're not much of a husband, you're not much of a father, you can't even provide for your family. I know what that's all like, and you know what? It's unhealthy. You may have made mistakes, you may not have made mistakes, but if your income is dropped, chances are it wasn't your mistake. What you need to do right now is get past that and start making decisions that can put you on the road to recovery. Is a short sale the best thing for you? Well, let's talk a little bit more. For example, why not just modify the loan and stay in your property?
We've been trying for 7 months.
Okay, how's that going?
Nowhere.
Okay, let me ask you, the fact that you're current on your payments is probably holding back the bank from modifying the loan.
So you're suggesting that I should just maybe reconsider me making the payment?
No, absolutely not. As a licensed real estate professional, I can never encourage anyone to default on a mortgage obligation. So the situation is that lenders look at it and say, why should we go ahead and modify a loan that you can obviously afford? It's a catch-22 that unfortunately many consumers face. Now, consumers will end up doing what they feel that they need to do for the betterment of their family. But if I ever hear of any of my agents encouraging anybody to miss a payment, they will not be an agent with my company very long. That is a decision that only you and your significant other and your family can make. The challenge that faces most people when it comes to loan modifications is that when it's all said and done, what they call a permanent mod ends up being a temporary mod. Many of these modifications will start you off with a lower rate and actually go up over a period of 5 years. So it buys you time, but it doesn't buy you a solution. The other challenge facing a lot of folks that are trying to make a decision as far as a loan modification is, look, I can get my payments down, but what are you going to do about my equity? The fact is, it sounds like you're significantly underwater in your property. Will the market come back? I don't know. I left my crystal ball at home. I think that real estate has, over the past 40 plus years, demonstrated to be a solid investment. Do I believe it will return? Yes. Will it return overnight? No. Could it take as long as 10 to 15 years? Yes. Are there a lot of people right now saying, are we willing to put all of our dreams on hold, our college education for our kids, our retirement? Are we willing to put everything on hold for the sake of this property we bought? And I tell you what, it's a difficult decision. People will wrestle with this decision on many different fronts. They'll wrestle with it from a practical standpoint, or most often they wrestle with it from an ethics standpoint, a moral standpoint. They look at it like, I can't stop making my payments. I can't renege on this contract that goes against my very faith. I understand. I appreciate. But more and more people are realizing that it comes down to, in many cases, a business decision. So, Sergio, what I would recommend that you do is call my office. Call my office at 954-385-3243.
What was the number again?
954-385-3243. At no charge to you, we'll sit down with you. We'll ask you a series of questions to determine if you're in fact eligible, and then we'll present the various options to you and encourage you to seek out more information. But I gotta tell you, more often than not, the decision is to walk away from a bad investment and get on with your life. And at that point, a short sale can be a viable solution for you.
That's what I want to do, but I've been told that I'm not going to qualify.
Well, that's not necessarily the case, okay? Because lenders are doing short sales even to individuals that are current underpayments, so long as you can substantiate, yes, so long as you can substantiate a hardship. Can you prove in writing that your income has gone down?
Absolutely. I even get a letter from my employer.
Okay, then you're on the right track. Say he'll call our office. We'll get you started on the path to recovery.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you for your call.
Bye-bye.